Buenos días a todos, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estáis? Bienvenidos al canal YouTube Sports Máximo. Soy José María y estamos aquí con un juegazo que se llama Star Trek Resurgence, que vamos a mirar e intentar que esta mañana lo terminemos. Buenos días, María Polilla. María, ¿qué cuenta? ¿Qué cuenta? A ver. Hola, José María. ¿Qué tal? Hoy han agregado el Game Pass First, el juego ese del conejo. ¿Lo recomiendas? Sí, a ver, este juego... ¿Dónde está? Yo lo tengo, yo lo compré. A ver. Dice que está en Game Pass, vamos más rápido, va. Sí, este juego lo tengo yo. Vale. Este juego pero creo que lo compré para la Play. Me parece que fue para la Play, lo compré. Bueno, da igual, la Play que Xbox. Creo que he subido algún vídeo de él. Me acuerdo cuando yo lo descargué al principio, no estaba en español. Y joder, pillaba cada cabreo, pero aún así seguí jugando con él. Luego cuando salió la actualización con el doblaje, bueno, subtitulado en español y el menú, dije, ostras, ¿por qué no lo sacaron en su momento, no? Que lo hubiera disfrutado mucho más. No llegué a completarlo, pero me queda poquito. Si quiero el otro próximo día os muestro lo poco que me queda para finalizarlo. Es muy guapo. Si te gustan los juegos Metroidvania, este es uno de ellos. Este es muy guapo. Un juego chino, muy bueno, muy bueno. Veo que también están en paz Bramble, que este ya lo hemos completado el canal. Bueno, está bien, pero me esperaba mucho más. Está bien. Para jugarlo, incluso si quieres comprarlo, pues bueno. El Net for Speed Unbound. Hace poco que lo compré, pero que lo compré para Play. Si me falla memoria, para Play. Está guapo el juego este, sí. Bueno, está guapo. Está bien, pero no es el mejor de la saga. Está bien, digamos que está bien. Vale, es un Net for Speed y ya está. Bien doblado al español y está. El que más sorprendió muchísimo que yo el otro día lo vi a mi sobrino jugando, que yo lo he descargado, el Dordone. Ya lo tengo descargado, ya podría jugar. Me gustaría hacer un directo porque es un juego interactivo, con buena narrativa. Y está muy guapo. Los gráficos, dice, hostia, te tira para atrás, ¿no? Cuando ves los gráficos, pero una vez que te pones a jugar, tiene alma este juego, te engancha, te engancha. O sea, yo lo he visto, ya digo, no lo he jugado todavía, tengo que probarlo, pero te engancha. Y bueno, sí, el Bramble está bien. Lo que pasa es que me esperaba mucho más de él, pero está bien. Lo que pasa es que al final, tiene un final que no te voy a explicar, no me termina de convencer, pero bueno, está bien el juego. Digamos que está bien, ¿vale? No está entre los mejores del año, pero está bien. No es malo, está bien, está bien. Vamos a dejarlo así, está bien, ¿vale? Company of Heroes 3, hoy no toca Star Trek, Resurgence, vamos allá. Otra cosa que, espera un momento. Actualizaciones, ¿por qué? ¡Anda! Hay una actualización de Redfall. ¡Wow! Hay una actualización de Redfall. Lo quiero probar. Lo quiero probar esta tarde. Lo pondremos a las 7 de la tarde. Quiero probarlo porque ese juego me gusta, pero tiene bastante fallos. Que siempre lo dije yo. Una vez que esté arreglado ese juego, se dará mucho que hablar, ¿eh? Es el típico juego que dice 12 gigas. Que lo primero que piensa, hostia, este juego si cuando esté arreglado será la hostia de bueno. Porque el juego está mal, pero porque no hicieron las cosas bien. No salió el juego roto prácticamente. Pero este juego si está arreglado, ojo, que puede dar mucho de hablar, Redfall. Y luego el de las ratas, ¿habéis visto que hay otra actualización? Yo tuve que dejarlo porque... ¿Qué me pasaba este juego? Me craseaba bastante, sí, me craseaba bastante. Me imagino que ya estará arreglado. Pues bueno, pues Redfall yo tendría que ponerlo a la tarde a las 7. De 6 a 7 poner que tengamos el Final Fantasy. Y de 7 a 8 quiero probar Redfall a ver qué tal va con este parche. Porque estamos hablando de un parche interesante de 12,78 gigas. A ver qué tal. Bueno, vamos ya con Star Trek. No, que este mes de julio vienen cosas buenas. A ver, aquí me quedé yo, que tuve que dejarlo porque me quedaba... Dormido, me estaba durmiéndome. No es broma, ¿eh? Ah, me ha matado, tío. Me ha matado. Tengo que enfocar. Vale, aquí puedo disparar. Bueno, vamos a ver. Muy raro. Tengo que encontrar un cristal que pueda disparar, ¿sabes? Aquí abajo hay algo. Este cristal podría estar creando una ilusión que puede eliminarse con el disparo de fase, pero es que yo lo estoy disparando y no se elimina, tío. Así hay un buco aquí, tío. Se tendría que eliminar, según dice aquí, ¿no? Muy raro, tío. Me parece que aquí hay un bug, ¿eh? Cago en la puta de los bugs. Estoy hasta los huevos de los bugs. Es que no sé, tío. Me hace pensar que aquí hay un bug. No sé, tío.
Tetrametric. Better go see what's different.
No veas, tío. Qué rayada de buscar. Esto es como buscar una aguja al pajar, ¿sabes? El balcón abierto. Vamos para abajo. Espera, ¿qué pasa aquí? ¿No puedo salir? El balcón abierto, tío. Perdón. Tío, o sea, tengo que encontrar el último cristal, tío. Pero ¿dónde está el último cristal? Me tiene hasta los huevos este jueguecito de nada. Hola Paco, buenos días. Puede haber un cristal en un pico lejano que puede sincronizar. Mira con tu tricorder desde el balcón abierto. Esto es el balcón, ¿no? Esto es el balcón. Pero, ¿dónde? Ah, ve, que veo algo ya ahí arriba. Aquí es.
The way's clear. Good work, Commander.
Joder.
We'll make sure it's safe.
Claro, esta parte no podía avanzar porque estaba medio dormido, me acuerdo. Y tuve que dejarlo. Digo, no, ya lo haré cuando esté despejado, tío. Que cuando esté despierto. Y aquí, esto ya está hecho. Vamos para acá.
Incredible.
The plants here are actually alive. Is this the biosignature you detected, Doctor?
No, not a match.
Tetrametric.
Then it's creating an illusion as well.
Based on the data we have so far.
Only one thing left to do.
Doctor, be ready to beam us out if it turns out we're wrong.
Duval to Resolute. Lock transporter on away team.
Amazing.
There's nothing like this in any Federation record.
The plans.
Barbarians.
It's him.
How dare you disturb me? I'd hoped you had enough sense to leave of your own accord, but here you stand. Fools. In another time, I would have destroyed you and your ship simply for setting foot in this place. Fortunately for you, that time has passed.
Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Takan Empire. We've come a long way to meet you.
Guardian. I am guardian of nothing. The Takan no longer exist. Don't care to be reminded. If this is why you've come, then you should leave. Now.
I'll cut right to it. The Takan have returned.
Returned? My people have come back? How can that be? I've been alone for so long. If it is true, how did they return?
Draconian technology made it possible. To enable the transfer of consciousness from one being to another after physical death. We call it bioforming. A group of Draconians calling themselves Scions of the Flame used it to reawaken after hundreds of millennia.
Scions of the Flame?
Is something wrong?
I'd hardly call them Takan. They were a radical faction with beliefs outside the mainstream. Beliefs that lesser life forms should serve as vessels to ensure Takan immortality. You want me to help you destroy them. That's why you've come. You want to destroy these scions.
There is a war looming that could engulf the Quadrant. We want you to help us bring about peace before it gets to that point.
Peace always comes at a cost.
They have an incredibly powerful energy source they call the Cartabula.
These scions have the Cartabula.
And they've used it as a weapon against us.
I will speak with you alone.
What are you doing? Where are we? Where's my team?
They're safe where we left them. That the scions have stolen the Cartabula is deeply concerning. And to be honest, I'd rather speak with you alone, John Reindeck.
¿Ahora qué ha pasado? ¿Hay un bug? Se ha quedado bloqueado, hay un bug. Hostia, tío, un bug, no me lo puedo creer, tío. No, es que yo atraigo los bugs. Yo los bugs soy un imán. Atraigo los bugs, me cachi la mar. Joder, ya tenemos que empezar ¿desde cuándo? ¿Desde dónde? ¿Desde dónde? Porque claro, esto tiene guardado automático, yo no sé desde dónde empezaremos. Qué putada, tío. A mí de verdad, cuando veo a un bug de estos, se me quita la gana de seguir jugando. Se me quita la gana porque es que... No va. No va, señores. ¿Qué hago? Reinicio, ¿no? No sale en la pantalla. Yo sé que ella está caminando, pero no se ve la pantalla. Se ve todo negro. Dios mío. Bueno, tampoco hemos dejado muy atrás. Hemos tenido suerte.
How dare you disturb me? I'd hoped you had enough sense to leave of your own accord, but here you stand.
Madre mía.
Fools.
Si es que todo esto, los bugs lo que hacen es alargar el juego. Porque tienes que reiniciar.
Simply for setting foot in this place. Fortunately for you, that time.
Mira, que el juego está guapo, pero cuando me sale un bug me pone los nervios.
Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Takan Empire. We've come a long way to meet you.
Guardian. I am guardian of nothing. The Takan no longer exist. Don't care to be reminded. If this is why you've come, then you should leave. Now.
I'll cut right to it. The Takan have returned.
Returned? My people have come back? How can that be? I've been alone for so long. If it is true, how did they return?
Draconian technology made it possible. To enable the transfer of consciousness from one being to another after physical death. We call it bioforming. A group of Draconians calling themselves Scions of the Flame used it to reawaken after hundreds of millennia.
Scions of the Flame?
Is something wrong?
I'd hardly call them Takan. They were a radical faction with beliefs outside the mainstream. Beliefs that lesser life forms should serve as vessels to ensure Takan immortality. You want me to help you destroy them. That's why you've come. You want to destroy these Scions.
There is a war looming that could engulf the Quadrant. We want you to help us bring about peace before it gets to that point.
Francisco Javier, buenos días. Para entretenernos en el invierno, jeje. Buenos días, señores. En el invierno, pero tú, ¿dónde, en qué país vives tú? Porque aquí estamos en verano.
These Scions have the Cartabula.
And they've used it as a weapon against us.
I will speak with you.
What are you... Where are we? Where's my team?
They are safe where we left them. That the Scions have stolen the Cartabula is deeply concerning. And to be honest, I'd rather speak with you alone, John Rydek.
Ya se ha ido el bug. Ahora parece que no hay bug. Ah, es de Sevilla. Ah, los juegazos que vienen. Vale. Te he entendido mal. Bueno, juegazos buenos también vienen en verano, ¿eh? Pero a partir de octubre con los buenos vendrán.
Your colleagues don't know what it means to be the last of one's kind. You and I are remnants of fallen civilizations. The Kobliad, the Takan. One dying, one dead. Our species could not be more different, but we both know the meaning of loss. The others wouldn't understand. It's beyond their ability to comprehend.
We're more alike than you might realize, in that we accept the inevitability of loss.
If only you understood the glory of the Deccan Empire's past. Tell me, why spend your days away from your own people when so few of them are left?
Eso nos pasa a todos, Francisco Javier. Yo tengo juegos que me gustaría jugarlo hoy y no tengo tiempo. Por ejemplo,
do not even belong. And submit yourself to their authority. It makes no sense. Not by my logic.
The Federation isn't an authority to be obeyed. At its heart, it's a set of principles meant to ensure the survival and safety of all species, regardless of their origin. You told Riker you'd wait until you were needed. You're needed now. We need you.
As much as it pains me to learn the Cartabula has fallen into the hands of the Scions, my services are not up for offer. To be chosen as a portal was to give one's entire self to the cause of protecting the Deccan Empire. I left behind everything I know, and now you want me to turn against my own people. Betrayal of my oath, and everything I vowed to protect.
Every Deccan that comes back does so by stealing someone's body. They are killing to come back.
What you call bioforming, we thought of as a marginal science. But if these reborn Deccan plan to restore the Empire, is that a disaster to be avoided? Decanian technology is so advanced, it could save millions of species currently on the brink of extinction, including your own. And at the price of a small few, think of how the many could benefit. Instead, it sounds as if you are reacting out of fear before you have a full understanding of what's at stake. I don't think you've given this full consideration. You may have more to gain than to lose.
You told me your people didn't use bioforming. That's because you knew it was wrong. Wrong to employ on an individual basis, and surely wrong on a galactic scale.
You are correct. The Deccan did not use bioforming on a large scale. That the way these Scions are using it would not have been accepted when the Empire still stood.
Vaya, el día tiene 24 horas.
See these Scions masquerading as true to
Pues sí, Francisco.
So I will go with you, and we shall find them. But when we do, I will judge them myself as a guardian of the Deccan, to understand their true intentions, for better or worse.
It's certainly your right to make your own decisions. I won't tell you otherwise.
Very well. I'll return now.
Commander!
Hold your fire. I'm all right. He's coming with us.
We assumed the worst.
She's perfectly fine. Now then, shall we?
All right. We can beam up your... Do you have any equipment or tools?
Away team +1. Ready to beam up.
Four warp cores. That's interesting.
Redundancy. If one goes down in battle, we can still operate.
Makes this more difficult, though.
This ship can maintain warp with half the cores offline. We'll need to disable 3 of them.
But where are the engine schematics? Power flow routing charts.
We're soldiers, not engineers. I thought you would know what to do.
We understand how to operate it under normal conditions.
We'll do our part, you do yours. Anything that comes through that door, stop it.
That I can do.
You at least know where we should start?
This way.
What are we dealing with? Really hot. Makes sense, since they've been producing at max output since we left Otari space.
No ship can run for very long like that. Not before a catastrophic failure hits.
It's right on the edge. We just need to figure out a way to give it a push.
Bet that console down there can tell us a few things. Whatever we do, we need to make sure the Takan can't undo it.
So we need a way to permanently disable the reactors that won't destroy the ship and kill us all in the process.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
Warp core ejection. So the question is, how do we make it happen? The reactor coolant system is operating at emergency containment levels.
It's just barely keeping the temperature in check.
Maybe we can use that. If it gets this high, their system considers a reactor breach imminent. Like we saw on the bridge, all 4 warp cores are operating at full capacity. The safety protocols don't look much different from the Resolute. Breach protection. Reduce output, command override. Cease matter, antimatter flow, command override. Emergency warp core ejection. Computer control.
Even command functions can't override one of the most crucial safety measures.
So the protocol's still active. That's good. Looks like if sensors show a core is about to rupture, the computer will eject it automatically rather than risk a breach.
So we need to increase the warp core's temperatures.
If we destroy the coolant regulators, there won't be anything to keep these reactors from going over.
And it will trigger the ejection. Let's peel these suckers open. I'll take that one.
I'll take the one next to it.
The second you two start dumping cores, the Takan will know we're here.
We'll be vulnerable. Stuck in one place while you work.
We will have to make a stand.
Do whatever you have to do to make sure we have the time to finish.
Anything?
Within reason.
We'll barricade the door. Work quickly.
We might not have our tools, but our phasers can do this in a pinch. We better get this right. If we foul it up and this whole thing goes boom... We don't know how much damage that Cartabula will do if we accidentally crack it open.
Listen, the best way to make sure something goes wrong is to stress. Keep your mind on the job. We'll be okay.
Yeah, we will. It's not a Starfleet warp core, but the coolant regulator has to be in here somewhere.
There you are. Time to heat things up.
Warning. Warning. Warp core output at critical level. Ejecting core.
Okay, now they're definitely gonna know we're down here.
Warp core output at critical level. Ejecting core.
Just one more to go.
They're here.
They're cutting through the door. We don't have much time.
Buenos días, Oscar.
Okay, same as before. We just gotta...
El apuntado es una mierda, tío, pero una mierda total.
Go! Finish!
Hey! Would you mind not shooting at the matter-antimatter reactor?
I'll cover you.
What? No!
Get the warp core done, or we're all dead.
Que te lo digo en serio, ¿qué mierda apuntado?
I'll cover you.
What? No!
Get the warp core done.
Me ponen de los nervios. Me pone los nervios el apuntado.
Concentrate fire!
Es que es muy difícil, tío, muy difícil apuntar, muy difícil apuntar. Ya lo hablamos el otro día, que este juego, el apuntado, no tiene un sistema apuntado automático ni nada, tío. Es manual, pero muy complicado. Es que me lo pone de los nervios. Me da ganas de mandar tomar por culo el juego, tío. Me da ganas de mandar tomar por culo porque aquí moriré un montón de veces hasta que lo consiga. Porque es muy complicado. Súper complicado, de verdad. Es muy complicado, muy complicado. O me matan a mí o la matan a ella, tío. No puedo. Quiero apuntar algo y acertarlo es sufrible, tío. Esto es la parte peor del juego, tío. No, sí. Me van a matar. Este juego, aunque haya introducido el disparo, el shooter, no está bien, tío. No. Es un desastre.
You too.
Calm yourself, child. It will all be better soon.
join the flame.
To reclaim what was lost.
You don't need to watch this.
I do. I want to remember every moment when I make them pay. But this isn't the end. I will avenge Itasca. Swear to me, you will join me in this.
How about we try to save her?
That's a dream.
I swear, we will make them pay for it.
There's so much I want to ask you.
There's so little I can tell you. I'm a portal, not a scientist, but I'll certainly do my best. I can only assume this is one of your older starships. One would think, given the importance of your mission, they might send a ship of a more recent vintage. But, apparently not.
The Resolute is primarily a research vessel, if that's what you mean. Not a warship.
Although she has been known to hold her own in a fight.
Against what?
Something wrong?
Not at all. The galaxy has grown more diverse since the days of the Tekon Empire.
Because you conquered everyone who didn't look like you.
To the contrary. Most lesser civilizations willingly joined the Empire to enjoy the benefits of an advanced way of life. But that expansion came with its own set of problems, so I admire your ability to diversify without creating conflict. That was always our challenge. And perhaps, ultimately, our downfall.
The Federation prides itself on its inclusiveness. I'd say it's one of our greatest strengths.
As the Vulcans say, infinite diversity in infinite combinations.
Interesting. I'd be curious to meet one of these Vulcans. If this is the best you have, then so be it. To locate this scion, Galvan, I'll need full access to your ship's systems.
Full access?
Huh. You must be out of your mind.
No, I'm right here, completely in my mind. Given this is merely a research ship, I won't be able to find him without it. Perhaps I should have made that clear up front. I'll need to make certain modifications.
I can't promise anything, but let me see what I can do.
Just know, without it, I won't be able to help you.
This isn't gonna fly.
I'll see you on the bridge. Captain Solano, I'd like to introduce you to Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Tekon Empire.
Pleasure to meet you, Captain.
Likewise. I can't say I've ever met a portal before. There is no modern equivalent. Not within the Federation, at least.
We are incredibly lucky that Portal has agreed to join us.
Your first officer makes a very persuasive argument.
So I've noticed. You spent 600,000 years at your post.
Buenos días, Agustín.
That certainly takes an uncommon level of dedication.
We all have our duty.
Of course. But I'm curious. You were stationed there in preparation for what, exactly?
Any and all threats to the Empire.
An empire that no longer exists. Which suggests you weren't very successful.
You said you needed my help. I didn't come here to be insulted. Perhaps that was a mistake. I'd be happy to return to Delphi Ardu at any time.
And we do need your help. Absolutely. And we are grateful that you decided to come.
And your captain has an odd way of expressing his gratitude.
I'm merely curious where your allegiances might lie. Clearly it's with the Takan.
Yes, Captain. You have found me out and exposed my true loyalties. To the Takan, not to the Scions of the Flame, who do nothing more than tarnish us in name and reputation and don't deserve to be called Takan. That's why I'm here. And if you'd be so kind as to give me access to your ship's systems, we can get on with it. And you can stop wasting my time.
Access to our systems? That's completely out of the question. Tell me that's not what you promised. We're vulnerable enough as it is. And now we're supposed to give him access to everything? Ridiculous.
Captain, I know it's a risk. But right now it's our best shot at finding Galvin and that ship.
Now I understand your reluctance. I never imagined offering to help would be met with such ignorance. Bordering on incompetence.
If you're not enjoying your visit to our ship, we'd be more than happy to let you wither away back on your pathetic little rock.
Captain?
You clearly do not appreciate the magnitude of the threat the Scions pose. So myopic is your focus on your own ego. I will not be leaving until they have been found.
Commander Rydek, a word.
And to think, I waited 600,000 years for this.
You realize that's supposed to be in an incredibly difficult position. I was against seeking him out from the start, but now, to give him access to our systems? It's insane. And you somehow expect me to believe his allegiance is with us? You heard what he said in there. There's no way we can trust him.
I might otherwise agree, but you're missing the most important point. He's a Takan, and he may be loyal to the Takan, but not to the Scions of the Flame. He's against everything they believe in. You heard what he said.
There's too much at stake to be wrong on this.
We sought him out for a reason. To help him find our missing crew, Galvin, and those Elydian ships. This is the plan we agreed to with Ambassador Spock.
Which I never liked. But here we are. You know what this mission means to us. Not just for the Federation, but for me personally. I can't afford another screw-up. Losing the shield algorithms was bad enough. This could be the end of my career.
We'll take every precaution to make sure we get what we need. I'll keep a close eye on him myself.
I appreciate that. I'm going to trust your instincts on this one. I just hope you're right. For both of our sakes. Let me know if you find anything.
We're good. You may begin.
I will, of course, have to make a few modifications.
What kind of modifications?
To find Taconian technology requires Taconian technology. If this Scion Gallivan modified his ships, then I must do likewise to yours. The galaxy is nearly infinite in size and complexity. This may take a moment.
How long will it take?
I found something. There you are.
What is it? Galvin?
Someone is using Taconian technology. I can't get the precise bearings, but it's located in the Palisades cluster.
I'll let the captain know. Rydek to Solano. I think Portal may have located Galvin.
I'll be right there.
I'm getting all kinds of interference. Almost impossible to lock on the energy signature.
Where's he hiding?
In the Palisades cluster.
Interesting. Can you lock in on the location?
Not until you get me closer.
Lieutenant Handar, set a course for the Palisades cluster.
Aye, Captain.
Well, I suppose I owe you an apology. You were right after all. That's what I get for questioning the advice of my first officer. You always have my back.
They say the true measure of a leader is being able to admit your mistakes. So thank you.
Next time I'll do a better job of listening. Nice work. Let me know if you find anything more.
Will do. What's wrong?
I didn't want to say anything until I was certain. But the reason for the interference is simple. There's a Draconian device on this ship being used to block the signal. Whoever planted it was exceptionally clever. They knew how and where to hide it. But
o sea que hay alguien de la tripulación que es un traidor.
Engineering.
En ingeniería.
Take care of the Draconian device, and I can find Galvan for you. It's designed to interfere with all transmissions, or at least delay and confuse the effort to find Galvan's ship.
Hold on. My understanding is that Takan technology requires a Takan to operate. Is there another Takan on this ship?
The Scions could have someone on the ship, doing everything they can to stop us from finding Galvan.
Don't worry, I'll get this fixed. We're going to find that ship. Engineers would have found this device already if it wasn't well hidden. Better to rely on my tricorder.
Señores, un momento que voy a buscar un helado, porque es que está pegando un calor. Ahora vengo. Que macho, es que hace un calor tremendo, ¿no?
There's a lot of noise in here. I should scan the device putting out the most radiation to filter it out. Most other radiation sources in here are well contained. There's definitely tetrametric radiation nearby. But even with the gain boosted, it's getting drowned out by other sources of radiation in here. Jeffrey's tubes thump harmonics from all over the ship. I'll filter that out. There's still something drowning out the tetrametric radiation. I need to find it so I could filter it out as well. A little bit of harmless radiation leakage here, but enough to mask the tetrametric pulses. Easy enough to cancel out. There we go. I'm getting a clear tetrametric signal now.
Qué un rollo, ¿eh? Ya lo he visto, está allá abajo, está al fondo.
Found it.
Excuse me, do you belong here? Commander Rydek. I'm sorry, I didn't know it was you.
Paul. Calloway, right?
Yes, You know, it means a lot that you remembered. What, are you doing back here? I don't mean to pry, but first officers don't usually go digging around engineering compartments.
Sorry, it's not something I can go into.
Right, of course. Forget I asked.
There is one thing you can help with. Have you seen anyone else in here recently that might seem out of the ordinary? Maybe someone who doesn't work in engineering.
Not that I can think of, but I can ask around. I'm here almost all the time, but maybe someone else noticed something?
Thanks, but I'll talk to Commander Chovak about it.
Okay. Well, let me know if I can be of any help. Well, I'll leave you alone already. Oh, come to think of it, that Hotari woman was down here earlier with Dr. Duvall finishing the last of the bioscans.
Tylus?
That would be out of the ordinary, right?
Thank you. Maybe Tylus saw something. Tylus, can I speak to you for a moment?
I suppose. Is something wrong?
There's something happening. I may need your help. This is important.
Okay. But before you say anything, you should know. I didn't appreciate it when you hid the truth from me when you returned from Hotari. That too was important. Maybe not to you, but certainly to me.
You're right. I should have told you the truth. And I'm sorry I didn't. Hopefully you can forgive me.
I just need you to be honest with me. No more lies.
You have my word.
So how can I help?
When you were in engineering with Dr. Duvall, did you notice anything out of the ordinary? Or anyone?
Not particularly. Why?
I found this, hidden in a compartment down there.
That's Taconian technology. Does that mean there's a Scion on board? But Dr. Duvall bioscanned everyone. Every deck, every crew member. I've seen the logs. She couldn't have been more thorough.
Someone evaded detection and planted that device.
Which would mean they've been with us this whole time. Watching, listening.
All the more reason why we have to find them.
It could be anyone.
That includes both of us.
You want me to get scanned? Better to know for sure, right? I'll admit, I was around the Scions as much as anybody.
I would feel more comfortable if you did.
I understand.
Clear.
Now it's your turn.
Sure.
Clear.
Don't sound so surprised.
You spend plenty of time with the Scions as well. You never know.
Let's get to it. The search starts in engineering. Whoever planted the device most likely did it within the last few hours. So I'll start by running a scan, tracking everyone who came through engineering over the last day, in reverse order.
This could take forever to sort through the number of people that were in engineering.
I'll filter out the duplicates.
That helps.
Filtering for outliers. People who don't work in engineering.
This is manageable.
Cross-referencing this list with everyone who's traveled to Hotari. Let's see who's left.
¿El capitán?
No. This can't be right.
What?
of the people that went to Hotari and visited engineering, it could only have been Captain Solano.
According to this, he was here while you went down to Delphi Ardu-4. Which would have been the perfect opportunity. And no one would question him. He's the captain.
As much as I hate to admit it, assuming it's true, it does explain why he was so opposed to getting help from Portal.
And he made several trips to Hotari, so they had plenty of opportunity to target him.
What happened when Dr. Duval bioscanned Captain Solano?
That's just it. She never did.
How is that possible?
Something more urgent.
¿Vosotros quién pensáis que puede ser el...
But performing a bioscan is the only
el topo?
absolutely
¿Quién
sure.
puede ser? El malo.
That's not going to be easy. First thing I need to do is get this device to Portal.
Be careful. And good luck.
I'll need it. I've found the device.
Hazle un escaneo al capitán, tío. Y ya está, ¿no?
Interference is gone. I have located Galvin's ship more precisely. He's in the Usuarios system.
So then it worked.
This whole region was one of the most sacred for the ancient Khan. What many consider the birthplace of our civilization. See these comets and planetoids in the outer orbits? Based on their current trajectory, that's Galvin's destination. And legend tells us it's the
Pues va bien comerse un helado, ¿eh?
our largest
De vez en cuando va bien, joder.
Not that we needed it in the late stages of the Empire, but it was there as a precaution nonetheless.
We have to somehow intercept him. How long till he arrives?
Oh, he's much too far ahead of us. We'll never arrive before he does. If Galvin and the other Scions secure the arsenal, they will become extremely dangerous. My people had such power at the height of the Empire. The Dakan were as gods, keeping absolute control over countless worlds. I must speak with them directly. However, the presence of this device is worrying. It's highly likely it was placed here by a Scion, hidden among your crew. And it is unlikely this interference device was the Scion saboteur's only trap. If we reach Galvin and the saboteur cripples your ship, we will be at their mercy. Even my powers will not be able to protect us. Do you know who it is? They may well do more damage if left alone. Time is not on your side.
I don't know for sure. We're still investigating.
And we're losing valuable time. Bioforming was so rare in the time of the Empire that I am not able to detect if it has taken place. Whoever you suspect, proof is something you will have to provide on your own.
I'll have it, once I've bioscanned the person I suspect. I just need to visit Dr. Duval.
That's quite the claim. Last time we spoke, you called this kind of talk mutiny.
I wouldn't be asking you if there was any other possibility.
That would explain why Solano has been too busy for a bioscan lately.
As the ship's doctor, you have the authority to declare him unfit to serve.
If you're right, this is the worst-case scenario. Challenging your own captain is a tall order. Are you sure you're prepared for this? If you fail, that's it. The end of your career. Maybe your life.
I don't know if I would be on my own. But with your support, I'm sure we can do it.
That smooth talking may come in handy. I'm in. We can't pull this off with just the two of us. I technically have the authority to make Solano undergo a scan, but in reality, he can and will refuse to do it. We need at least another member of the senior staff to support your claim, or this could all blow up in our faces. You better think long and hard about who you can trust.
Hay que hacer un escaneo al capitán, está claro. Porque igual es el topo, el enemigo, o igual no. Pero hay que hacer un escaneo para quitarnos las dudas.
Down to one reactor.
Y estos están metidos dentro de la nave enemiga,
At least stuck at impulse power.
procurando
The
que
Takan
no lo
enhancements
maten.
must be able to brute
Y los
force
otros quieren
limited
llegar
bursts
aquí
of warp
y
output.
rescatarlos. Vamos.
Yeah, but they won't get to
Wow, esto
wherever
es,
they were
parece una
headed this
película de
way.
verdad, tío, lo juro.
Just
No,
leave it
la
alone.
historia, la narrativa, el argumento
that put
es
us?
muy bueno. Es
Maybe I can
buenísimo.
answer that.
El juego es muy bueno. Para mí es el mejor Star Trek que han hecho hasta la fecha. El mejor, sin duda. Lo único punto negativo que el apuntado es un desastre, pero total. El apuntado cuando tienes que disparar me pone los nervios, porque está fatal.
I got the ship's heading.
They've changed course. Drastically.
Looks like they're headed here. The Usonia system. They might stop there.
Can we use the Zeldi's comms to signal your fleet?
Comm systems are locked.
Grab hold! The inertial dampeners can barely keep up. If they keep forcing this ship to make these short warp jumps, they're going to tear it apart.
Zeldi is still made by a Lydian hand. Spire was to calm corruption. We'll hope.
We just gotta stay safe until Starfleet can find us.
Your people. Is there somewhere you go when you die?
Life after death? No. On my homeworld, some people think they can cheat death in a way by joining with the Trill symbiont. But that's not a life to me.
What about you? Is there another plane of existence for you? With every passing battle, as I get older,
I believe there's an afterlife.
You do?
Yeah.
then you should understand this. My people have a special journey. When Lydians die, we rejoin our comrades, family, and ancestors.
On the parade grounds of Cirella?
That is just one part of it, but yes. Death is not the end for us. So, even if some part of Itasca remains, by letting the Takan use her body, at best we are delaying the inevitable next step for her. At worst, we are leaving her as a prisoner in her own mind. You want to save the transformed. So do I.
Now that I've seen it happen, does it make me a hypocrite to say he has a point? What if we can't get them back? We can't leave them like that, right?
I think Itasca would want to be released. To think of what she could be going through right now. It's a torturous idea.
You're allowed to change the way you think with new information. That's how it's supposed to work.
The way you think and the way you feel don't always line up. I had a sister, a twin. It's very rare among the Trill.
You never told me that.
She was one of the youngest hosts to ever join with the symbiont. A sentient creature that lives in our body. It's considered a great honor. The symbiont can bring centuries of knowledge and wisdom to the host. But sometimes, the symbiont personality suppresses the host entirely.
Polilla, ¿estás aquí o
My
estás
sister was
dormido?
the closest person in the world to me.
Polilla se ha dormido.
I knew
No,
she would
hace
be
rato no dice
different
nada.
after joining. But she grew more and more distant. The room we shared growing up was foreign to the both of us. And eventually she, or whoever she'd become, cut me out entirely. So I left for Starfleet and swore I'd never go back. I couldn't stand the thought of seeing her. Someone who looked like my sister.
So, losing Miranda like this, it opened an old wound.
Never really closed up in the first place.
You remind me of Itasca.
I do?
Bonds are not made by what runs through your veins, but the blood you spilled together. Itasca was my family in that way. I want you to know there is nothing I won't sacrifice to win this fight. But if we're lucky enough to survive, I'd be honored if you'd count me as one of your tribe. As Itasca was.
Even a couple of engineers like us?
You are many things.
I'll take you up on that.
Same here.
Will they not cease this madness?
What is this place?
Is that the Veskar?
Another one of yours?
Not anymore. They've corrupted it, just like the Zeldi.
Now there are 2 ships. Did this just get better, or worse?
It certainly doesn't bode well for the crew of the Veskar. So many lives stolen.
It's worse. This is definitely worse.
Thanks. That really helps.
This doesn't look like the Aphelion. What are they doing here?
You don't think they're just meeting their buddies?
Maybe, but then why are their buddies here?
Prepare for transfer.
The storm! It's back! What happened?
Hold on. Scanning. Astrometric radiation is dropping. The Zeldi's dropped to minimal power levels.
It's running off just the one warp core now.
That means...
They've sent the Cartabula to that other ship.
Something wrong, Captain?
No, nothing's wrong. In fact, I was just going to call for you. I'm needed down in engineering. The bridge is yours.
Espíalo, tío. Espíalo. Porque él va a buscar la piedrecita.
Lieutenant Bedrosian, a word, please.
Yes, Commander. What can I do for you?
Listen, the captain may have been compromised.
What?
I have every reason to believe he has been bioformed and is now actively working against us.
Hold on. This makes no sense. Did Portal do something to you?
I'm dead serious. Someone is sabotaging the mission. They planted a Taconian device in engineering. Captain Solano was in engineering while we were on Delphi Ardu-4, and he purposely evaded Dr. Duval's bioscan.
Aquí comiendo helado.
He's not Captain Solano anymore.
Con el calor que pega.
He's a scion.
Which would make you Captain. So you're saying you're taking command of the ship?
Ah, está aquí
Because if you
Polilla.
are, that's one hell of a bold move. And you better be absolutely sure you have your facts straight.
With your help and your backing, yes, I have to.
I'm not signing myself up for mutiny.
I have Duval's support. We're going to ask the captain to undergo a bioscan. When he refuses, I need you to back me up.
Back when we were on the shuttle, you chose my safety over the lives of a dozen Illydians. I've wondered again and again if I deserved that. If you made the right call. But if it's why I'm here now, able to help you save the Resolute, maybe the whole Federation,
Sí,
then I'm glad you did.
compraros paquetes con bien de precio que van 25 más.
My answer is
De varios
yes.
sabores, está buenísimo.
I'm with you no matter what. When do we act?
Now. Dr. Duvall is already on the bridge.
All right. I'm ready.
It's now or never.
Le van a pedir un escaneo, él se va a negar.
Captain Solano.
Commander Rydek, we need to talk about... Doctor? What brings you to the bridge?
Just a bit of housekeeping. You owe me a bioscan, Captain.
I don't have time for that right now.
It will only take a moment. I can't put this off any longer.
You can, and you will. All you'll find is that I'm quite reasonably
Puede ser que el capitán sea un
given the
traidor.
circumstances, and you aren't making it better. I'll find you in sickbay when I'm good and ready. Or, if you're gonna stand in the way of the mission, I can find you in the brig instead.
Please, Captain.
Denied. Remember your station.
Commander Rydek is right, Captain. We all have to follow the rules.
What is this?
We need you to comply with the scan, Captain.
That's enough. Drop this. All of you. I'm giving you a direct order, Commander Rydek. Stand down and go back to your post. Now. Do not make me tell you again. I've been a starship captain since before you were in the Academy. I won't stand for this.
This is for your own good, Captain.
This is for your own good as well. Security to the bridge. Arrest Commander Rydek. Take her to the brig.
On what charge?
Conspiring with the enemy and mutiny.
Get back. Give her a chance to speak. Let's hear what she has to say.
That's enough, Lieutenant Bedrosian. Step aside or you'll join her in the brig.
No.
This is not Captain Solano. He's been bioformed. He's a scion.
You're out of your mind.
She can prove it.
He sabotaged our efforts to track Galvin with this. He planted it in engineering while we were down on Delphi Ardu 4.
Lies! Perpetrated by the only Takan in our midst, Portal 6-3. He's actively trying to divide us from within.
Captain Solano has refused to be bioscanned because he knows it will reveal he's a scion.
Take her to the brig or I'll do it myself. Oh!
¿Quién le ha disparado?
Wait! Stand down! That's an order!
What is the meaning of this? Everyone hold until we get answers. This cannot happen on the bridge of a Federation starship.
I can prove I'm right if you just give me a chance. If I'm wrong, then I will face the consequences.
If you're wrong, there's no coming back from this.
I'm going to settle this once and for all.
Si como no sea, tiene un problema ella, ¿eh? Lo es. Capitán era malo.
Commander Rydick was right. Captain Solano has been compromised. He's been bioformed into a Takan.
¡Bien! 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 ¡Lo hemos hecho bien!
As the Chief Medical Officer of the USS Resolute, I am relieving Captain Zachary Solano of command.
Take him to the brig.
Sí, sí, Polilla, el malo es él. Era él.
I don't know what I expected, but not this. I can't believe I shot the captain. I don't think Starfleet likes it when you do that. And you're right.
If it helps, that wasn't really the captain.
I mean, intellectually, sure. I understand that. But he looks and sounds exactly like him. I'm not sure I'll ever get that out of my head.
¿Si lo ha pillado el Will? No, si no me da tiempo. Si estoy aquí en casa. Ahora cuando termine este directo, me voy a comer, cojo el coche y tengo casi una hora. No, sí, casi una hora para llegar a la tienda. Otra hora para acá. Vendré con el tiempo justo para estar a las 6 con Final Fantasy. No. Yo no saldré de aquí de casa hasta las 4. A las 4:30 así ya tendré la mano. Ya subiré una foto, a veces lo hago, ya lo sabes. Subiré una foto de YouTube cuando tenga el juego.
Yes, Commander. Sorry. Captain.
No puedo estar dos sitios a la vez. O sea, estar aquí y estar allá. Es imposible.
Engage.
No puedo irme claro, si voy a ir esta mañana, el directo no lo puedo hacer. Porque me pilla la tienda. Pues me pilla unos 45 o 50 kilómetros. 45 o 50 kilómetros me pilla la tienda de mi casa. Pero pero es que yo no vivo en Tarragona exactamente, yo vivo en un pueblo. Yo estoy a 45 kilómetros de Tarragona.
Taking fire!
Red alert! All hands to battle stations. Shield status.
Set to maximum, but with the algorithms compromised, they may not do much.
Captain, that other Elydian ship is here.
The Zeldi?
We're outnumbered.
Captain, your orders.
Return fire on the Zeldi.
Returning fire! No effect. Their shields are holding.
The Veskar's warp engines are powering up.
Our warp engines are offline.
That must have been their goal. They didn't want us to chase the Veskar.
According to my readings, they also took the Cartabula with them.
They're not breaking off. We have to destroy the Zeldi before it destroys us.
With Diaz and Edsolar still over there?
Yo salgo a las 4 de aquí, a las 6 me da tiempo llegar aquí. Para hacer el directo de la Final Fantasy. Y el juego, mientras estoy jugando al Final Fantasy, le iré instalándolo en la Xbox.
We gotta know we're here. Hurry! You got it?
Got it! Diaz to Resolute!
We read you, Diaz.
This is Ermot. It's good to hear your voice. Is Edsolar... is she with you? Everyone wants to know.
Yeah, we're both here. We're both okay.
Very good, Petty Officer.
Can you get us out of here?
I can't transport you out while the Zeldi's shields are up. Our phaser fire won't even get through. Is there another way off that ship?
We'll find a way.
Whatever you do, you'll have to be quick about it. Because we can't give you much more time. We can't let them fire on the Zeldi.
Understood. Diaz out. Get out of here the old-fashioned way.
Lydian ships have no escape pods.
We can leave out that cargo bay we transported to before. But then there's the vacuum of space to contend with.
Those freight containers. Maybe we could use those to make an escape pod?
Is that even possible?
We're gonna make it possible. Unless you have a better idea.
Let's go.
I've polarized the hull plating.
Claro.
That should allow us
Yo,
to take a few more
mientras yo estoy con la Play 5 jugando con la Final Fantasy, yo pongo el disco a la Xbox y se vaya instalando el juego.
Heading, Captain?
Si lo dejo listo para la noche.
Attack pattern Delta. Target ventral power couplings.
Aye, Captain.
Zeldy, in range.
Fire!
Zeldy's shields down to 82%.
We're doing damage, but they're hitting us right back. We'll run out of hull before we penetrate their shields.
Perhaps I can be of assistance. I can modify your impulse engines to amplify their meager output and avoid more of their attacks. But I will need full access to your propulsion systems.
That goes against dozens of Starfleet regulations.
It's not a security risk if the alternative is destruction.
To me, it's simple. You can take this beating and hope you can weather it. Or will you put your trust in me? I've left everything behind for you. The least you can do is put your faith in me.
Commander Ermot, give Bortle access to the propulsion systems. You're going to have the ship in your hands. Don't let me down.
This will take a moment.
Your ship has let up its fire.
That gives us some time.
All right. One of these freight containers should do the trick.
Be quick.
We need one big enough for all of us to fit inside. Something we can make airtight. Damn it. Not this one.
Not enough room for the big guy. No way this will hold up in a vacuum. Oh, here we go. This'll work.
That's great, but it's not airtight yet.
No problem. We'll just seal it up.
This container is extremely heavy. Even with the containment field open, it won't leave the bay quickly. I'll find something to accelerate our exit.
Glancing blow. Very little damage.
I cannot keep this up for long.
Their phaser banks are recharging. Now's our window. We have to strike back.
I agree.
Their next barrage could be our last. Better make this count.
Target their weapon systems. Take the teeth out of their bite.
That could make them run. Just like the Veskar, we'd lose Diaz and Etzelar again. Hit their engines. We've already lost the Veskar.
We need to protect ourselves first.
Target their propulsion systems. I don't want them going anywhere.
Targeting their engines.
We gotta move it now.
These will give us the push we need.
Those are explosives.
We'll ride the blast right out of here. All set.
I'll set the containment field to deactivate, then run back. We can detonate by remote.
We'll need to seal the doors from inside the container once we do.
Before all the air sucks out of the cargo bay.
Just a few more moments.
Hurry! What are they doing in there? Please, help me.
No. Let the Khan get what they deserve.
Don't leave me to die.
I don't know. Can we really leave her?
We can't. We don't have the time. We have to seal ourselves in.
This ship can't fly. Sidron set it to self-destruct. Please, Amenta.
Oh,
It's not her.
no. I know it's not.
Carter, we have to seal the doors.
Don't leave me.
Get this lifeboat off the ship before Sidron blows it all to hell.
We're going.
Petzelar to Resolute.
I have the away team.
Go ahead.
We're about to exit.
We see the cargo bay containment field is deactivated.
Get that tractor.
Es que si la salvamos ahí y la metemos dentro, como es mala, luego puede ir contra nosotros. Que se la... oye, qué mala, que se muera, tío. Que se me la toma por culo.
We can't wait any longer. We have to fire.
Captain, they're almost out of there.
We need to act fast.
Hold all fire! Get out of there, Petty Officer. Do it now!
You heard her.
Done!
Ready?
Detonate!
Oh!
We're out.
I have them on sensors. Tractor beam activated.
Locked on and ready to fire.
Fire!
A tomar por culo. Es que si me hubiera disparado antes que ellos salieran, ellos mueren.
We have them. They'll be pulled into the docking bay shortly.
There's something else. I tracked a transporter signal to the planetoid moments before the Zeldi detonated.
Sidron.
There's a Takan structure there. It's the reason they were here. It's the reason we are here. Now,
I have to see it for myself. We'll go there together.
I had assumed as much.
Is this the Takan arsenal Galvin was after?
Legend says this region once held the sacred mysteries of the Takan Empire. Our greatest treasure. Our most fearsome technology.
I want a full security detail. Westbrook, Resurgence, you're with me. Mr. Ermont, you have the con.
Wait. You're not the first officer anymore. The captain is supposed to stay with the ship. I'm surprised Lieutenant Bedrosian didn't raise that first.
I thought Captain Rydek knew what she was doing.
You're right. But this is too important for me to sit out. You'll just have to make sure nothing happens to me down there.
Of course, Captain.
We'll deal with the first officer vacancy when we return. Until then, Mr. Ermont?
Yes, Captain.
Any sign of Sidron?
Not that I can see.
High alert, everyone. The enemy could be anywhere. Follow my lead.
Let's make this a short mission, all right?
That's the plan.
I'm no security officer. I'll do my best to make sure nothing happens to you, Captain. Phasers should make quick work of the ice. Is this another Takan vault?
I don't see a way in.
The vault in the mines was already open.
There must be some way to activate it.
Look around. There must be some sort of hidden mechanism to trigger it.
I don't see anything.
Are you done? Hidden mechanism. Better to keep it simple. Sometimes the answer is staring you right in the face.
Thank you. Definitely easier this way. Let's see what we can find. And stay on high alert. You don't know where the Takan that beamed down here could be.
You will need my help, Commander.
How so?
Traversal here is trivial for a Takan, but only a Takan. When you come across a device you cannot use, merely call my name.
Will do. Thank you. This pattern resembles the transporter device Petty Officer Maris used to escape the Resolute.
En el momento que se me ha desconfigurado el sonido. Ya está.
Portal 6-3?
You wish to make use of this device?
It's a transporter of some kind?
It allows Takan to move through space instantly a short distance. Very convenient.
No se escucha muy bien. ¿Vosotros lo escucháis bien?
Where does it go?
I'm not sure.
Las voces como si no se escucha nítido. ¿Vosotros lo escucháis bien? Cosa muy rara.
Portal? What is that void down there?
Space, folded upon itself. A fairly simple concept.
For a Takan, perhaps.
Es muy raro, ¿eh?
I advise against falling in.
Se escucha un poco raro. Voy a poner a un trailer de algún juego, porque es que escucho muy mal. No sé si es el juego o mis auriculares que se han desconfigurado. O sea, me pongo cualquiera. Este mismo. A ver. Este mismo, a ver.
Seems you are willing to...
No, es el juego. Es el juego, tío, que está mal. Porque aquí lo escuchaba bien. Es el juego. Por eso cuando hablan se escucha como distorsionado, no bien. Es el juego, señores. Joder. A lo mejor se arregla en pocos segundos.
Do you know what this place was used for?
It feels familiar, but I'm not certain. The Empire was vast. I did not know every corner of it, and much was built after I became a portal. However, Takan would not build such a place without something precious to protect.
Whatever that is, we have to find it before Galvin does.
Yo creo que tenemos que ir para la derecha, para allá abajo. No, pero aquí no. Aquí
I
no,
should
dice
look
no.
elsewhere.
¿Tú lo escuchas bien, Polilla? Sí, pero cuando hablan no se escucha bien. Ande. No hemos transportado, ¿eh? Vale. Esto ya es el final, ¿no? Creo que esto es el final, ¿eh?
Soil. Just soil. It's not from this planet, nor any planet in the Federation database.
Vale, vete, tranquilo. Luego lo ves.
Why is this here?
This is soil from the homeworld. Our capital system. This isn't an arsenal. It's a temple of the ancients. Sacred ground to the Dagon. I took my oath as a guardian of the Empire in a place just like this. You cannot imagine the look of pride in my parents' eyes as they said goodbye. Forever. Sorry. This is the first I've seen of anything new from the Dagon Empire in a very long time. I'm sure you're familiar with the feeling. That sense of loss. I thought I was ready for it. But it cuts to the core of your being.
I totally understand that feeling. It's unavoidable and inescapable no matter what you do.
Yes, it's that distant but familiar feeling that's forever just out of reach.
Can you use this to find out more about what Galvin is after?
The information's encrypted.
Chaval, tío.
I can only discern that it's a warship. No. It's the Aphelion. Perhaps the most powerful Draconian ship ever built. I can't access the full file, but looking through the ship's schematics, it appears to be equipped with some sort of experimental, highly advanced transporter technology.
Transporter technology? For what?
Captain, you better come see this.
Un momento, señores, es que no escucho muy bien. No sé si se ha configurado mi altavoz o no. Digo mi altavoz, mis auriculares. Un momento. Voy a cambiarme otros. A ver, de momento bien.
There are more up ahead.
Sí, se escucha bien. Es el auricular, es que no sé por qué se ha desconfigurado.
Probably right around the time we showed up.
No son los auriculares. Esta parte no sé por qué no se escucha bien el sonido. Cuando hablan se petardea un poco.
I've seen these before, in the other vault. And if all of those are the same as this, then there must be
Hundreds of millions, if not billions. All that remains of the Decon civilization. A distinct person, encapsulated in crystalline form, preserved for all eternity.
You thought this was an arsenal. And in a way, you're right. This is how they rebuild the Decon Empire and bioform billions of innocent people.
That seems to be the case. What you have to understand is, these life forms were preserved for the benefit of the Decon civilization, as a means of safeguarding the health and well-being of any Decon, should they fall prey to illness or injury. They were never intended to be used for this purpose.
There you are wrong. This was always their purpose, to restore the glory that was lost. Congratulations on your first victory in battle, Captain Rydek. You killed a great many of my compatriots, some that I've known for millennia. Are you proud of how much death you've caused? Each Decon life is precious, irreplaceable. Centuries of knowledge and culture, lost with each one you murder.
I was protecting my crew. It's regrettable to take any life. But when someone threatens galactic civilization, force is the correct response.
And I suppose it worked. For now. Thankfully, I don't have to convince you of anything. We'll all be on the same side soon enough.
You can't just bioform whoever you want. Not without a fight.
Ah, but that's just it. There won't be a fight. In fact, most won't even know what's happened. One minute you're standing there as you. The next, you're standing here as one of us.
He's talking about mass transformation. That's what the Aphelion was built for.
The transporter. It'll reconstitute your DNA and bioform you into a Takan in the blink of an eye. This is what they'll use as ammunition.
In a manner of speaking, yes. Of course, that's the simple version. But the end result will be the same.
Your time has passed. The Takan Empire is gone.
Only to be reborn better and stronger than it ever was. The Aphelion is on its way here as we speak. Now it's only a matter of time. You can't delay that which is inevitable. Which makes your next decision fairly simple, brother. You are, after all, a portal.
I am.
Your sole purpose is to serve as a guardian of the Takan Empire. But you stand here surrounded not by your fellow Takan, but by members of the Federation. By people who deny our fundamental right to exist. You swore an oath to protect the Empire. And I can only assume that's why you're here.
You know that's a lie. We deny your right to steal the lives of innocent people against their will.
We're offering them a chance to be part of something greater than you can even imagine. Which side are you on?
Captain Rydek, long-range sensors suggest a massive spacecraft approaching in the distance.
The time has come. I hope we speak again, brother.
Estimated time to contact, 6 minutes and counting.
We can't stay here. We have to get back to the ship.
And we have to preserve these souls. We must take them back to your ship.
Those crystals are ammunition to be used against us. We have to destroy them. Bombard the site from orbit.
I'll decide, once we're safely aboard the Resolute. 4 to transport.
Madre mía, qué lío.
You have to hear me out, Captain. I've always stood by you. I committed mutiny for you. But if you bring those things on board, I'll have no choice but to resign.
If they're taken to the Aphelion, they will be forced into new bodies, brought back to life in a way they never asked for.
They're not living beings, but they're still dangerous. And if you don't make decisions to protect us, we're gonna end up like Solano. You, me, the entire crew. We're all next.
Two minutes and counting. It's headed straight toward the vault. Aphelion is coming into view now, Captain.
On screen.
Arrival at the second vault in less than a minute.
I would remind you, those life forms are Takon. Not science, Takon. They're not your enemy.
Right or wrong, history will judge you for this moment.
Le da la orden de destruirlo.
Destroy the vault.
Aye, Captain. Firing photon torpedoes.
Target has been destroyed.
I am alone. Again. As I was for all those years.
Bringing those Takon on board was too big a risk, and I couldn't leave them there. They could be used to bioform more of my crew, or even—
I do not need your rationalization for mass murder. Your actions speak loudly enough.
Yo no sé si ha hecho bien.
Captain,
Pero
the
claro,
Aphelion is targeting us.
yo por si acaso me los he cargado, porque no...
They hit us with that bioforming ray, and it's over. Maximum warp. Get us out of here.
Where, Captain?
Anywhere but here. Now!
There they are!
You did what had to be done with the Tasker. You said you'd avenge her, and you did. The Tasker can rest now. Even if I wavered in the moment. It wasn't a question of time. It was about freeing the Tasker.
If you believe, I'm sure you'll see her again.
I do. And I shall.
No surprises here. But your shoulders separated. If you come with me to sickbay, we can get you fixed up in no time.
Thank you. I'll find you afterwards.
You two, check in at your stations. This thing isn't over yet.
I can't believe it, but I'm actually looking forward to seeing Chobok. Not that I'd expect this kind of welcome from him, but I can just imagine the look on his face.
Oh, I'm sure we're gonna hear about it from him. Let's just go get it over with.
After all we've survived, you're still a pessimist, huh?
I can't believe it! You evaded the Takon, ejected their warp cores, and lived to talk about it!
That about sums it up.
They're gonna be teaching this at the Academy for years to come. I mean it. Everybody's gonna learn how you pulled it off.
The Academy? Oh, I wouldn't know about that.
After this, you'll probably get a personal invitation to show them how it's done. I heard about Belle. Is Miranda?
As far as we know, she's still out there.
Well, I know Captain Rydek will do her best to get her back.
Hold on. Rydek? What about Captain Solano?
He was turned into a Takan. Rydek had to take over. She's a hell of an officer, but none of us have been up against anything like this. No one has. Not in 500,000 years.
We'll just have to step up and work that much harder to help Captain Rydek.
Hola, Backtracking. No lo sé. Buenos días. No lo sé. Me imagino que sí. Tiene una buena pinta. Pero yo compré la versión más completa y ahí tengo todo lo contenido.
No, it was not.
No he tenido que pagar nada por el DLC, porque ya lo pagué en su momento cuando compré con el pase de temporada. No, yo compré la versión deluxe, creo que era deluxe, ya viene incluido todo y un montón de cosas que no había instalado.
During your sojourn, this department has fallen unacceptably behind schedule.
De todas maneras, el DLC este dura 2 o 3 horas, no dura más.
There's been a whole lot of irregularity going around.
I am stating facts, not looking for excuses.
Seems like you could use some help around here. We're ready to go to work.
I'd like to catch my breath for at least a few minutes, Carter.
Normally, I would assign you to
a mí me gustó Backtracking, pero lo pasé bastante mal porque me dio muchos sustos. Me dio muchos sustos y el boss final me costó bastante matarlo. Había picos de dificultad muy altos. Pero está bien el juego. El juego se ve guapo y te da miedo y da susto, que es lo que importa. Pero si a mí me pones a escoger entre el Callisto y el Dead Space Remake, yo prefiero el Dead Space Remake. Porque el Callisto es más combate cuerpo a cuerpo. Aunque tienes armas, es más combate cuerpo a cuerpo. Y el Dead Space es más de disparo. Pero bueno, los dos se complementan, los dos están bien. ¿Dura 4 horas? A mí me parece que dura 2 o 3 horas.
I regret it now.
You do?
It's just so many lives lost.
They take lives to come back.
I know.
It's coming along nicely. Thank you, Tyler. I'll take
Qué
it
bien.
from here. We're almost done.
I have to brief Ambassador Spock in a few minutes.
Ahora Backtracking, después de comer, me voy corriendo a Tarragona, a la ciudad, a comprar en físico, ¿cómo se llama? Will Hearts. Eso de que se encargan de matar monstruos, tipo Monster Hunter, ¿sabes? El Sergi también lo va a comprar esta mañana.
We can always agree to disagree. But as captain, once I've made a decision, I need you to support it.
Absolutely. I may not agree, but I'll stand by you and carry out your orders. Even if I don't like it. It's been a chaotic last few days for everyone. You need to name a new first officer in preparation for what's coming. It basically comes down to Westbrook, Ermot, or Bedrosian. Obviously, there are pros and cons with each. But ultimately, the decision is yours. Commander Westbrook has seniority and was hoping to be Captain Solano's first officer. Lieutenant Bedrosian has always been devoted to you. And Ermot has the knowledge and experience that makes him more than qualified.
If I were to take everything into consideration, then Lieutenant Bedrosian feels like the perfect fit for the position.
Well, despite a lack of seniority, still a solid candidate. Some would argue, though, that you wanted to go the easy route. Someone less likely to disagree.
Sí, Backtracking, lo sé. No lo voy a jugar solo. Es como el, ¿cómo se llama? Destiny 2. Destiny 2 no puedes jugar solo. Puedes, pero lo pasas muy mal. Tienes que jugar con alguien. Por eso me lo voy a comprar, porque el Sergis se lo ha comprado y no sé quién más. Me parece que Pedro también. Si te animas tú backtracking, mira, esta noche juega con nosotros en directo. Y como tengo los auriculares de Xbox, podemos hacer el directo y podemos tener conversaciones tranquilamente.
Diaz and Ed Solar have first-hand experience with our adversaries. I thought it advantageous for them to join this.
Muy buena compra. No More Heroes 3. Lo completé. Y mira que es difícil el juego. Ya lo verás que es difícil, ¿eh? Ya verás que es difícil, pero te va a enganchar.
I'll allow it, Mr. Chobak.
In all seriousness, what Diaz and Ed Solar accomplished aboard the Zeldi is nothing short of remarkable.
Pero tranquilo, backtracking, si yo lo he completado, tú también puedes.
Against incredible odds, for helping our efforts against these scions.
You know, Carter deserves most of the credit. None of us would have made it without his help. We'd all be bioformed by this point.
But there were way more people involved than just me. Not only Petty Officer Etzelar, but we had help from an Elydian officer named Arminta as well.
Interesting.
Ambassador Spock is ready for you.
Put him through.
Captain Rydek, your recent change in station certainly warrants mention, and I trust you to faithfully execute your expanded duties. Right now, we must keep our attention on the clear and present danger that lies ahead, the Takan and their warship. The closest populations are the Hotari and Elydian systems, and they are likely the first targets for mass bioforming. After that, lies Federation space. I have advised Starfleet Command to send an impromptu battle group to intercept and assist you, but that will take time. You are our first line of defense. And with our shield algorithms compromised, we are at a great disadvantage.
I'm glad to hear the battle group is en route, Ambassador. With what we're up against, we're gonna need all the help we can get.
And you will have it. Remember, our strength is drawn from our ability to work together towards a common goal.
Have we made any progress in finding a way to defend ourselves from the Aphilion's bioforming weapon?
Currently, our shields will not protect us, but I am compiling all of the information the away team gathered on the Zeldi and cross-referencing it against
El No More Heroes 3, el 1 y el 2. ¿Te refieres?
They survived without getting bioformed, so we know it's possible. So,
el Pikmin 4. Hostia, tengo el 3 que me parece que ni lo probé. El 4 me lo pillaré, sí.
Something we can do to avoid getting bioformed.
I wish I could tell you the solution, but the truth is, there is no easy answer. There's no defense against
¿Te refieres al No More Heroes 3, el 1 y el 2 también? No te entiendo.
May not be able to stop it.
Ah, te refieres al 1 2 de la Switch, para la Switch del otro del Pikmin, vale, te he entendido. No, el 1 y el 2 nunca lo he jugado. El 3 lo tengo, pero no sé si no me acuerdo si lo jugué o no. Está guapo, no, el Pikmin está muy guapo. Es que Nintendo está teniendo mucho éxito porque tiene juegos muy entretenidos, muy guapos.
I'll forego the rest of my treatments, if it means the crew will be safe.
Captain, you'd die.
That's an honorable intention, but it's not that simple. It requires a much larger dose to be effective. We don't have enough duridium on board to protect the whole crew. We barely have enough to protect everyone in this room.
Sounds like it won't do us much good then.
The use case I'd suggest is that you could buy a little time for an officer or a small group to complete a task or mission. But it has to be taken at the moment of exposure to the bioforming mechanism.
Prepare a delivery method for this remedy.
That raises the question. What is the mission?
Ya estamos terminando backtracking, Ya estamos finalizando el juego. No creo que nos quede más de una hora,
We'll have difficulty
No
breaking
creo.
through.
Ya tenemos que terminarlo.
We may not be able to block the Aphelions' attack either. But if they do strike, we know their weapon uses transport.
No sé, tío, cuánto nos queda, pero
We might be able to backtrack their
si no,
signal path.
voy a mirar si cuánto nos queda
We
porque
did
es
to
que
evacuate Captain Rydek from Tau.
Exactly. We could send an away team onto the Aphelion.
And destroy it from the inside. Modify photon torpedoes to use as explosives.
a ver, espera un momento. Estoy ya mirando una cosa. A ver cuánto nos queda. Que no sé cuánto nos queda. Estoy mirando. A ver. A ver. Para que si nos queda mucho, tendremos que dejarlo y volver otro momento con él. Porque claro, es que... Nos queda 1 hora y media, señores. 1 hora y media. Hora y media. No va a dar tiempo, ¿eh? Imposible. 1 hora y media. Tenemos jugando hasta las 3 y lo dejamos y el próximo día lo terminamos. Hora y media quedan, señores. Ya no hay tiempo. Joder. Hora y media nos queda. Tengo que arreglar esto. Joder. Más largo de lo que yo me imaginaba. Ya está arreglado. Lo he quitado lo del final porque hoy no lo vamos a terminar. Es imposible. Nos queda 1 hora y media y ya son las 3. Tengo que ir a comprar el otro juego. No puedo, no tengo tiempo. Es igual.
I think Portal could still help us. If he can't get a first-hand look at the Aphelion, he might be able to identify a weakness.
I don't know how quick he'll be to help us after...
He'll help.
I'll have security personnel prep a boarding party, should the opportunity arise.
Petty Officers Edsolar and Diaz are the logical choices to lead any away mission to the Aphelion. They have already crippled one enemy ship. If anyone can do so again, it is them.
This isn't a rescue. It's a tactical incursion. Do you really have some special insights, as Commander Chovak suggests?
Doesn't the fact that we're here speak for itself?
Just surviving won't be enough this time.
You're forgetting it's too dangerous to destroy the Cartabula, right?
That is still our understanding. It could cause a rift in space itself.
So, we can't just beam over to the Aphelion and set off an explosive. We need to find a way to shut it down from the inside.
Precisely my thinking.
If this is the necessary course of action, I support it.
With the help of Portal. He should be part of the away team.
I will compile all the latest data on the tricorders, just in case.
In the meantime, I want you working on ways we can combat the Takan tech. Shields, weapons, anything we can use.
Yes, Captain.
Anything else, Ambassador?
I know this matter is in capable hands. Hold the line as best you can. Help is on the way.
Thank you. I have faith in all of you to meet this moment with the urgency it requires. I expect all of us to give it everything we've got. Thank you, Petty Officers Diaz and Edsolar. You're dismissed.
While we have a quorum of senior staff, there is a procedural element we need to take care of. The Resolute command codes must be transferred to Captain Rydek for control of the ship.
Of course.
Computer, transfer all command codes to Captain Jaro Rydek. Voice authorization Ermot, Echo 4 Lima.
Voice authorization Duval. Beta 2 Yankee.
Voice authorization Westbrook. Alpha 7 Tango.
Awaiting your authorization, Captain.
Voice authorization, Rydek. Bravo. 5. X-ray.
Captain's codes transferred. The updated command structure is incomplete. Please designate a new first officer.
Who is the new first officer?
Please designate a new first officer.
It is my honor to name Lieutenant Bedrosian as the new first officer of the USS Resolute.
Wow.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
I don't even know what to say. Thank you.
Computer, Lieutenant Bedrosian is the new first officer of the USS Resolute.
Awaiting voice authorization.
Voice authorization Bedrosian, Gamma 5-9.
Authorization is now complete.
Now, if you'll excuse me, there's work to be done.
Nicely done. I think that went well.
Captain Rydek!
Excuse me for a minute.
This
This is just unbelievable, unacceptable, inexplicable. To be the most senior officer on the bridge, and to be passed over again? I couldn't believe you went to Lieutenant Bedrosian with the information about Captain Solano being compromised instead of me. This... I've never felt more humiliated.
Look, I know we've had our differences in the past, but this is not about you. This is about what would be in the best interests of everyone. Which is why I chose Lieutenant Bedrosian.
And that is the greatest insult of all. One of the most junior officers on the bridge. Bedrosian doesn't have the experience to be an effective first officer. It'll never work. You might as well have chosen Handar. Doesn't make any sense. Bedrosian, of all people.
I'm sorry, Commander Westbrook, but my decision is final.
Ridiculous.
I don't understand. Giving everything she's got, but it doesn't make a difference. Something is actively slowing us down.
Keep trying. What's the situation in engineering?
I can't raise them. Internal comms are down.
It's the ionic interference. It's spiking again. If we reinitialize the central communications trunk, it should compensate. I know the process, Captain. With your permission, I'll go handle it.
Of course.
The Aphelions impressive. I'll give them that. If they catch up to us, we better be ready to fight. Maybe we can use Galvin's confidence against them. Somehow turn that to our advantage.
Buenas tardes, Aaron.
No matter the odds, we'll keep fighting to the end.
We're being pulled out of warp!
I've got the Aphelion rapidly bearing down on our position.
We're being hailed by the Aphelion. Galvin demands to be heard.
On screen.
Muy bien, gracias. Vamos a tener que dejarlo porque no me da tiempo de terminarlo hoy. Nos quedan 1 hora y pico, 1 hora y media. Vamos a tener que terminarlo mañana.
Captain Rydak. Destroying millions of Draconian lives was a fatal mistake. And I will personally make sure you stay alive long enough to regret it. You were right to run. But there is no escape from the inevitable.
That was just the beginning, Galvin. I'm coming for you next.
I've had enough of this charade. You've outlived your usefulness. We both know I hold your fate in the palm of my hand. That I could crush you in an instant if I so desired. And as much as I'd like to, you have another purpose to serve. As one of us.
Red alert! Handar, get us out of here!
There's no sign of structural damage.
Hostia, esto se ha convertido.
They were targeting the crew, not the ship.
We have to strike back. While we still can.
Fire phasers! Target the source of the beam!
Phasers are having no impact, Captain. We can't get past their shields.
The Aphilion's just too powerful.
Damage report from the lower decks.
Still can't get through on the comms, Captain. If that was the bioforming ray, I have to assume there are now Takan on board the Resolute. They could all be Takan at this point. Or will be soon enough.
Seal the bridge. No one gets access without my permission.
I think that would be wise.
Here are your new tricorders. Now go. Get to the transporter room.
On what side, Carter? Come on!
Transporter room 1.
You're coming with us?
A security officer told me your funeral, which I gladly accepted.
These are concentrated Duridium doses. You need to take the dose as soon as you're exposed for it to be effective. Now, take it right before if you can get the Takan to wake while you do it.
I'm having trouble locking onto the transporter path through the interference.
I've done this before. I have to align the transporter with the tetrametric signature. We need to tunnel through the shields.
Ay, Dios mío. No puedo llevarlo allí, me cago en la puta. Este de aquí. Que este tendría que haber bajado. ¿Y si este lo pongo para arriba? Ahora. Me ha costado, ¿eh? Joder.
I might be able to divert power from...
Stand aside. The signal is now resolved. I couldn't let you fumble about any longer. Time is running short.
That's great. You must be Portal 6-3.
Yes. Guardian of the Takon Empire.
I'm Carter. Engineer of the Starship Resolute.
We're right behind you.
Do us proud over there. Ready to transport. On your order.
Energize.
Even to me, it's almost a shame we have to scuttle it. The galaxy has never seen a ship like this.
No turning back now.
Indeed not. I am right where I need to be.
Resolute, come in! We're losing cohesion. I'm gonna try to use my tricorder as a pattern enhancer. The signal's gone. Are they there? Did you get them?
They didn't make it.
We don't have time to mourn. We have to get to the Cartabula and disable it.
Hopefully before the battle group shows up.
It's served up for the Aphelions' next meal.
I am saturated in Taconian power readings. I can't feel the source just yet.
This way.
Vale, aquí lo dejaremos, señores. Mañana lo vamos a completar. Nos queda 1 hora. Y no tengo que comer, tengo que ir a acercarme a la tienda a comprar un juego. Así que nada. Estamos aquí. Dejamos que termine la cinemática.
Fighting the Aphelion is bad enough. The last thing we need is an insurrection on our own ship.
Which means we have a narrow window of time to cut them off before.
Captain, we're holding them off as best we can on deck 9, but...
If they spread throughout the decks, we'll never know who to trust. A civil war aboard our own ship.
Lock down the affected areas immediately. Close the bulkheads and erect the containment fields. No one is allowed in or out without my authorization.
There could be crew members who aren't affected who could get locked inside.
That's a risk we'll have to take.
Locking down the lower decks.
And what happens if some of the bioformed manage to escape? How should the crew engage them? Or should they? We don't want suspicion to run rampant.
Captain Solano had a favorite proverb from Earth. Trust but verify. Everyone should assume we're all on the same side. But at the same time, they should watch for anything abnormal.
If they're bioformed, they're not our crew anymore.
Commander Westbrook has been gone for quite some time.
The comm system he went to investigate. It's near the affected area. Commander Westbrook? Commander Westbrook, are you there?
Computer shutdown initiated.
Commander Westbrook. He's the one who initiated the shutdown.
That's impossible.
We have 10 minutes until the computer core shuts down and all systems are completely offline. A complete loss of all critical ship functions. Only the captain can override it. But the computer core itself...
With me.
Stop! Identify yourselves!
We're just trying to figure out what's happening. Ah, to hell with it.
You have to get to the computer core! Go!
The master console is up there. I don't have much time.
Vamos a dejarlo, señores. Vamos a dejarlo. Lo ponemos aquí resume. No podemos. No hay más tiempo. No hay más tiempo, señores. No hay más tiempo porque tengo que comer, tengo que ir a acercarme a la ciudad a comprar un juego. No puedo más. Mañana lo vamos a completar. Mañana por mañana lo terminamos y nos lo quitamos encima ya. Solo nos queda 1 horita o apenas 1 hora. Pero es que ya son las 3:15 casi. No comino. No puede ser. Vale, pues nos vemos. Hasta luego. Gracias. Sergi, ¿qué dices? José, ¿ya te vas? Es que no... Son las 3 y algo. A las 6 tengo que estar de vuelta para jugar el Final Fantasy 16. Tengo que ir a acercarme a la tienda. Tengo que comer. No me da tiempo más. La hora que nos queda la terminamos mañana. Es que no hay más tiempo. Es que no hay más tiempo. ¿Qué hago? Si sigo jugando, no voy a comer. Tendré que comer, ¿no? Ya ves, dale, José. ¿No? ¿Tú qué harías en mi lugar, Sergi? Si sigo, no voy a comer. Tendré que comer algo. A ver, de morirme de hambre no voy a morir. Porque no coma. Pero, joder, que es que... Nos falta una horita, no más. ¿No? Que mañana lo terminamos de sobras. Mañana lo terminamos. O si quieres, mira, hacedme una cosa. Esta tarde de 7 a 8 lo terminamos, ya está. Esta tarde, de 6 a 7 tenemos Final Fantasy XVI. Y de 7 a 8 lo dejamos a las 7. Lo pongo a las 7 y lo terminamos esta tarde. Porque mañana por la mañana pondremos otro. Sí, mejor así. Esta tarde lo terminamos. De 7 a 8. ¿Vale? Final Fantasy XVI lo tengo a las 6. Pues jugaremos de Final Fantasy de 6 a 7. Y de 7 a 8 terminamos con Star Trek. Ya está. ¿Qué te parece la idea? Perfecto, pues ya está, perfecto. Nos vemos. Hasta luego.